to Babble On, the podcast where we are watching, reacting, and discussing Babylon 5.
Yeah.
We just watched episode 9 from season 1, Deathwalker, which was... yes.
Kosh goes on a side quest, and then nothing matters. The episode.
Yes, there you go. I'm Jenny. I am a big fan of the show. Watched it multiple times. And let's go around.
I'm Jen. I'm a screenwriter and showrunner. I watched the show back in the day with little holes in it here and there, and I'm rewatching and realizing how much I don't remember today.
I'm Gus. I'm an actor. I'm a big fan of this show by having watched 10 episodes of it now. I am new. Not with us. Allie, who is also working today. Couldn't be with us. We'll be back before too long. This is a temporary gig for her.
She has a grown-up job that is interfering with her podcasting hobbies.
She hasn't watched the episode yet. She has had no time. It's been very busy. But
work is good. Work is a good thing.
Work is a good thing.
It was the dawn of the streaming age. 4 friends, bound by a shared love of stories, embark on a journey to a legendary space station. 2 veterans of the ancient television wars, revisiting a familiar battlefield. 2 newcomers, eager to explore its mysteries and unravel its secrets. Their mission? To boldly go where many have gone before. This is the story of Babble On. The year is 2025. The place, wherever you get your podcasts.
So we were wrong.
Yes, which happens sometimes.
It happens to me on the daily, and I will admit it often. We can just make this the Jen's wrong again. There we go.
No. The first bit of errata, I'm using this word, I'm stealing it from you, Gus, because I know you use this sometimes on Real Things Podcast. Word. Yes, it is a good word. Was a mistake I made that just permeated the whole of the last episode because I typed the wrong thing at the top of the screen. I typed 1 times 7. It was 1 times 8. Last episode was the 8th episode, but we kept talking about it like it was the 7th. It was not, but that was just literally a mistype, and sorry about that. The other one is Santiago was the incumbent. He was not what's the opposite?
The challenger.
Not the challenger, yes. So there you go. We have fixed the errors that we knew about. So, and I'm sure comments will let us know about any other errors.
I was going to say,
that's
we appreciate
comments are best at.
Letting us know when we pull
Get things wrong.
When we pull a Jen.
No.
Yeah, because you're the only one of the 4 of us who's ever gotten anything wrong, I'm sure.
Literally, yes.
Sure.
I said Danny DeVito when I meant, I'm putting this at the beginning of the episode. Nobody knows.
Spoilers!
Yeah, spoilers for later
Get
on
ready.
in this podcast.
Early from later.
We're going to live correct as we go, because we already recorded all this.
That's right.
So, this episode, Deathwalker. There's basically 2 plots in this one. Where do you want to begin?
Well, I'm going to call this one the Kosh-isode, because Kosh did nothing for the first 7 episodes of the show, 8 episodes of the show. And then this time he fucked around. I'm sorry, I can't swear yet. He messed around with Talia for the entire episode, and then walked in and was like, "What are we doing in the A plot?" I don't think so.
It's pretty much it, yes.
Yep.
I thought it was so funny in our group chat. You sent a message I'm curious about Kosh. Where is their Kosh? And I was just trolling you.
More Kosh?
Yes. And I was just
Gus,
I don't know.
Careful what you wish for.
Right? And this was I love what you just said about the A plot, B plot, because this is a great example of an A plot that, may or may not come back at any point. We might not talk about this genocide or this immortality thing, but the B plot, the Kosh plot that seemed so trivial and frivolous throughout, from we're just spouting words about whatever that doesn't mean anything, pretty sure this is going to have some implications. Like there's a lot going on here. It's really great. I loved this. I loved I also loved the philosophical idea of listen to the music, not the song.
Yeah.
That's a good
cool.
line.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Like what's happening, what is actually happening, not what are we saying. It's like, it's basically just like, look for the subtext. Don't listen to the dialogue. It's a different way of saying that, but it's great. And also like a really lovely example of that in the writing. Yeah. It's really, really fun. It's really fun.
Who wrote it?
Good God, thank you. I actually have it up, and then I forgot to mention.
Good. I know I have it up too, and I forgot to say it too.
Yes. So this one, episode 9, it is production number 113. So it's written, I guess, probably at the midpoint. It is written by, Larry DiTillio. Yeah. Larry DiTillio. Okay. And Larry directed by Bruce Seth Green. Yeah.
And Larry DiTillio is... I would argue JMS's right-hand man on this show. I mean, like they have a whole history of working together, and like, this
Murder, She Wrote and his animation shows. He always brought Larry with him.
Yeah. So this would have been like, this is an episode that needs to mean something. So like you take it, friend. Yeah, friendo.
Yeah,
did a good job.
It was really great. It was super fun. It was It was really fun.
A lot to keep track of. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Little tiny interspecies politics things, so many names and different species and different planets and different moments in history and all this other stuff, and then none of it fucking matters.
No,
because Kosh just comes in with a baseball bat.
Right,
I love it.
Pretty much.
I love this.
I will say, I don't remember what episode we first see the League of Nations, but I do remember you commenting on the fact that everybody in the league looked like the male version of whatever alien they were. And in this episode, the main member of the League of Nations was very clearly a woman. So
Kalika, yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize the name Kalika from something else. I think it's like Final Fantasy X. Yep. Okay, never mind.
that took you like a second and a half to Google. My goodness.
Doesn't matter. Final Fantasy X. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
No, I was literally just about to ask if anybody had specific thoughts. So you obviously had a specific thought. Say your thought.
I do. I have some notes. I have notes. I do have notes, but I'm gonna jump right to that since we kind of ended the rewatch part with this. So I'm going to start the podcast part with this, which was I was very confused about the last line, or maybe it wasn't the last line, but whatever. So I had. First of all, I didn't remember that, I remember Jeff being like, okay, here's all the different religions on Earth. I guess he is religious. He's like, but he's not. But so I was like, the line earlier in the episode when there was something about Jeff, you and your faith, blah, 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 like the Garibaldi says. Yeah. So I'm like, okay,
pray
whatever.
To your God of yours.
Yeah,
that God of yours. So then the last line being, you better hope your God does something, and he's a con man compared to Kosh. Like that completely confused me. So now I'm getting it that they're essentially saying these Vorlons are potentially more powerful than Jeff's God. Is kind of I think what they're getting at, and certainly
unknowable.
More unknowable. Yeah. Which
Sneakier.
I thought. So it's an interesting line, but I'm going to complain about it for 35 seconds as a writer because. Here I am saying that this is this episode is full of subtext, and in this episode in particular, I think we have been instructed by a line in the episode to, to listen to the song, listen to the music, not the song. Listen to the music, not the song. This is an episode that is about we're supposed to be just sitting back and feeling the bigger picture and the overall sort of feeling of the show. And where this is going and what this means on the river, as opposed to worrying about the little eddies that are happening. But so I think that's really interesting. This line to me was too clever, though. Sure. I was like, it was too clever. I was like, and I am a fan of clever lines. I write them often myself, and they are often too clever and not gettable. So I love a clever line, but when it's too clever. I think it unfortunately, I think it took me out of that moment because now I'm really
You're really locked in.
Yeah. Clearly, I'm hanging onto it like a terrier. I don't want to. I'm not going to drop it.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So I just think it was interesting because I think it took me out for half a second, and now I'm, didn't get to enjoy the end of the episode as much as I want. So anyway, this is my diatribe this is my monologue about how the episode was excellent, with one line that I want to throw away and start over.
I will talking about the Vorlon being, I guess, unknowable or whatever. It's something more than God. Something that I don't know if I noticed the first time, but definitely has struck me on a rewatch. The Vorlons come in at the end, and they unilaterally kill Deathwalker, and I'm guessing whoever else is on that ship. Yeah. And the episode ends with people sitting around talking. Nobody confronts the Vorlon about this. No. And I think that is also just a statement in the show of how big they are. Like, basically, we can't do anything. Like, the Vorlons can do this, and we literally have no power over them.
And it also... Go ahead.
No, you go, Gus.
It also kind of makes sense now why it was such a big deal to get a Vorlon on Babylon 5 in the first place. And it makes sense why Kosh just doesn't care about anything that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is like, he is a little bit like we're the bully on the playground who can do whatever we want. You're not ready for immortality. I agree with you, Kosh. I agree with you. I think that was already in play, and it had just been flipped on its head, which is, we're going to do this wonderful thing to save everybody, and then but you have to kill everybody to do it. I'm Thanos. You literally have to kill one person for every person who gets an extension. That's. That was a really fun twist and a really interesting thing. And then Jeff was clearly very distraught about it. So nobody's bummed out that she's dead. No. But it is interesting. I'm sort of it's a very Wild West episode. Everything is the Wild West, from Jeff being like, I'm going to negotiate whatever are we past our minute? Can I talk?
Yes, we're definitely
I'm going to negotiate whatever the fuck I want. And really without sanctions from Earth, and just make this deal.
To the extent...
How does he have the authority to do that?
Well, he doesn't. No. I mean, he straight up said, by the time this goes public, Earth's not going to be able to do anything about it. Yeah. So forget them. Who cares?
Yeah.
If I say this goes, this goes. And I think that was what Deathwalker was talking about when she was like, you're screwed.
Right.
Later.
Yeah.
Right. She's like, you're going to lose your job over this. So good job. Nice victory.
Right. It was really interesting. And then on top of that, from the beginning, Natoth just jumping her and attacking her in a brutal, at the time, I think at the beginning of the episode, I called it a hate crime. It wasn't a hate crime because she's a hater herself, but but it, she was.
It's like the Nazi hunters, like the people who would go hunting Nazis.
Yeah. And I'm all for let's get rid of genocidal people. I'm okay with that. That's fine. But it
literally not grieving her death in a little tiny spit.
Not at all. No. Oh no, she's gone.
Not at all. But it did feel like Natoth didn't, got little more than a slap on the wrist for brutally attacking somebody at that point too, without evidence that that's who she was. It was, that was a little bit tricky too, because they weren't quite sure. So from that to Kosh literally being like, oh yeah, I called home, ET phone home, and my guys are going to come through the jump gate right as she gets in there, blow her up, and then take off, and y'all aren't going to do anything about it. And there, again, this Wild West of he's swinging the biggest stick, so there's nothing we can do. I hope he's benevolent. Except he just put Talia through the ringer. So I'm not...
Really shitty way.
In a really shitty way. I mean, Kosh is kind of on my shit list this week.
I just say there was a... I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. You were talking.
No. Go.
One of the other running themes, you got the League of Minor Nations and the main five. And there's the lovely sense there, I say lovely because thematically, that the main five species... 4, Kosh doesn't count in this case, can just do whatever they want. And the minor species get one vote. Yeah, and everybody else, they can just push them around in the same way that Kosh can push everybody else around. In the same way that, Deathwalker kind of feels she can push everybody else around because she's got the immortality juice. She's got High C and Sunny Delight or whatever. She's got Nestus Flask.
Definitely Sunny D.
Yeah. And it seems like that's kind of one of the big themes of the episode is that idea that sometimes you're just going to be at the whim of something or somebody or some power or entity or something that simply will do what it wants without respect to you, which also kind of ties back into Deathwalker, just doing genocidal experiments on people. is just like, here's what we're doing, except that it's going to happen. You're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And also Kosh just torturing, kind of deliberately triggering Talia for the purposes of, I don't know, later. Because she can't read his mind. We know that from the pilot.
And also like weird VCR guy. He's a vicar VCR because he records things. She's like, is that really where we're going?
It's 1994, 3.
I mean, okay, I get it. But also we do use words that have to do with like technology that nobody, the save icon on your computer right now. Nobody knows what that is.
What am I saying? What am I saying right now?
Roll down the window.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even podcast.
Yeah. It's from
even
the
podcast.
Pod and broadcast, which was original if you go all the way back. It's like casting seeds.
Yes,
exactly.
So,
he's a vicar. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But okay, so who is this weird guy who's like half thingy? He has no thoughts. He doesn't have thoughts because he's not. Yeah, like I still don't know why his thoughts were blocked. I thought when he took the thing out of his skull and like handed it to Kosh that that was a thought blocker in some way. Like that was a thing. And so, and that's what I thought in the moment. And then later when he's like, no, he's a vicar, I'm like, oh, he recorded your thoughts somehow. And also, wait, this is in my notes. Sorry, this is bad notes. This is, he said, I'm a 23. What did that mean?
I think he was
it meant nothing.
Fucking with her. Because he was also talking about like pastrami sandwiches later and pickles.
Yeah. And Cuban cigars and blah, blah, blah.
She's like, I'm a P5. And he's like, yeah, I'm a 23 too. And I'm like, what's a 23? Does it mean like, or unless I'm like 23 chromosomes? Like you're a human? Is that's where I went. I don't know.
Right.
That confused me so much that I paused and I went back.
Yeah,
and I massively disrupted the flow of the episode. Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I missed something. He just says, I'm a 23. You don't look 23. Nope. So
I was completely lost. I did not get what that was about. And
Yeah, no, it was nothing.
And I'm like, are they scanning her because they're trying to trigger these responses, or was the murder that she investigated important to them in some way and they're wanting to like refine those things, or are they just trying to throw the empath off her game? It was really fun and interesting. I mean, I said that Kosh was on my shit list, but it's not really true at all. I really liked Kosh in this episode. I loved him like stirring all the pots. I was
all the pots. Yes.
Yeah.
Kosh unilaterally murdered Space Hitler.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad about that.
Exactly.
Cockroach Vader with an arm cannon might be, but I'm not.
Yeah. There you go. The one thing I just wanted to mention as a behind the scenes thing, the role of the vicar or Abbott, I think his name was originally written with Danny DeVito in mind, which you can totally see when you watch it. Like,
oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever actually tried it, but that was the voice that he was hearing in his head. And when you watch the episode, it's, that's clearly who he was writing this for.
Who was the actor? Because I kind of, was he on General Hospital?
He was not. He was not. I don't watch General Hospital. I don't. Nobody believes me.
Every single episode now.
It was a time. Wait, what network did this air on again? It was on like Paramount.
PTEN whatever. Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know. Anyway, but General Hospital literally shoots down the street from me, so I think
no way.
That's so now I'm curious. Where were they shooting B5? Were they just like, come over on your lunch break, people?
You guys got 5 minutes?
Abbott was played by Cosi Costa, who I have never heard of this person before in my life.
Seemed familiar, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, wow. He does not have a lot of... I can't look at that page. I'm just looking at his IMDb. I'm just looking at his credits, and I recognize... I'm not even looking at how many episodes. He's got to be very, very careful. I'm just seeing the main titles. I recognize absolutely none of these.
I only recognize Walker, Texas Ranger, but I've never actually seen an episode of it. He has like a lot of stuff on his IMDb.
He has a lot of work. Yeah, done a lot of work. I just don't recognize any of it.
No. Yeah.
Did he die?
He stopped working in 94.
90. I see the 97 credit.
97 is the last one I see. Yeah.
So
Well, he did a great job with his hat And don't worry, I didn't see anything related to Babylon 5. I didn't.
But he was also in Galactica 1980.
I saw that. Yeah. Which I have not seen.
As I said, there's all of this like delicious sci-fi crossovers.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was also in 8 is Enough. So there we go.
The hour of scampering, apparently, according to JMS, is around tea time. But Vorlons don't scamper well. Yeah.
I read that from the JMS notes. The hour of scampering is tea time, and that's actually, I have to say, that is actually why I made myself tea. I made tea specifically because I had read that.
You're going Kosh mode.
But I was like, to hear Kosh right off the bat say the hour of scampering, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? What? What?
Put her off guard.
I think during the whole skitter into the suit conversation, I think I actually used. If I did, I'm very proud of myself because it was on purpose. I think I used the word scampering in that conversation as
you did. I kind of remember
form
that.
of gaslighting. Yes.
It's very good.
I try. I'm not as good at the gaslighting as the originator. Oh, no, I'm lying.
You're going to get there.
I was lying. Not Danny DeVito. It was not Danny DeVito. Sorry, I pulled it up in my notes.
It would have worked. I mean, it would have worked.
It would have worked. Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
That makes more sense.
That makes sense.
Yes.
And that is who I heard in that.
Yes. It was originally written for Gilbert Godfrey. Sorry.
Danny DeVito would have worked, but Gilbert Godfrey is better.
He was busy doing Iago.
In my brain, I was like, quirky white guy. And so that was, pulled the wrong one. Yeah. Gilbert Godfrey works. Yeah.
That makes sense a lot. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. And look at us fixing we're correcting our errors right in real time.
On Babylon 5.
Let's see. Other things to talk about. The wind swords. The the wind swifters.
I could not keep them in my head. So Swiftwind is She-Ra's flying unicorn. In case anyone was wondering. Yes.
She-Ra, Princess of Power was written by JMS.
Yes, he did.
I think it was created by JMS. Like I think so.
That might be accurate, but I don't think so. But it might be.
You don't know She-Ra, Princess of Power?
What? He-Man's sister. He-Man's twin sister.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Gus. Okay. Come on.
Well, I don't know.
My sister is going to have a hard time talking to you now because She-Ra is the reason she's.
I know very little about She-Ra.
She-Ra is
there's something with Catra and somebody else. I don't know. Is that a different thing?
And then there's the new She-Ra. The new She-Ra. N.D. Stevenson created the new She-Ra on Netflix.
Yeah. I know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, the original group of characters and premise, I just looked it up, were created by uncredited writers Larry DiTillio and JMS. They were the original creators of She-Ra, Princess of Power, who Gus does not know about. She's sure.
This is my Nichelle Nichols, okay?
Yes, it is.
She-Ra, Princess of Power is my Nichelle Nichols.
Yes,
it is your Nichelle.
And Swiftwind being She-Ra's thing. Now I understand why they're called. What are they called? I can't get the
wind swords.
The wind swords. The wind swords. It sounds like a Zelda.
Respectfully, I don't know that there's a huge link between wind swords and swift wind.
I'm
not sure.
None.
They both have the word wind and the letter
I guess. Yeah.
And the
Okay, all right. I'll take it.
But I would like to play Link's wind sword version of Zelda at some point. Maybe I don't know, the wind swords.
I would go. Have you played Wind Waker?
I have played Wind Waker.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yes, it's very good.
Wind swords are presumably like the Minbari CIA or something. They appear to be like some kind of Minbari secret intelligence or military intelligence or creepy research that is totally fine with genocide organization.
The term that Linear used was I can't remember the term
he said militant caste.
The military caste or the warrior caste or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Our most militant caste was what he said. Like not it's just a militant, but like it's most militant, meaning that like of all the castes, they are the ones who are probably the most warlike or warmongers, which is interesting that they've been housing her.
Apparently before the war. Yeah.
I was pretty sure it was going to be revealed that she was faking.
That she was not
that she was not that character. I was like, she's using that to like get people to think that she's got this thing that's really good and she's going to make up for it, and they're using her, and then she's actually going to drop some other bomb. And I was completely wrong. 100%.
Would have worked.
Wrong.
Yeah. It would have. Season 1 really, but it's not your strongest. I know. Yeah. These episodes
No,
are surprising
season 1, I am all over the place. I am all over the place.
I'm gonna guess going for, like, yeah, I know he had everything planned out, but every show has its season 1 isms. It has its Eye of the World isms. I'm sure there's going to be significant vibe shifts between season 1 and season 2 that will make me, in retrospect, be like, oh yeah, Cockroach Vader with an arm cannon. What was that? So
yes. Well, no, I mean, I think you're right. I think, like, I would agree, and I'm not spoiling anything for you here, but I think that he is doing everything for a reason, but I think some of those reasons will have to get left behind. Yeah. I mean, just by the nature of, I wanted to plant this seed, but I think that maybe it doesn't need to grow because it's not, like, there's a better way to tell that part of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he knows what he wants to say.
Need that.
Yeah. He knows what he wants to say, but some things I think that maybe he considered revisiting won't get revisited, etc.
And the amount of shows I've watched that have a complete tone shift, like TNG, just to bring that up, as a complete tone shift between season 1 and 2. The Office, Parks and Rec. Like,
Parks and Rec
Yeah.
is the one I was thinking of big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book
shift.
series 2, Wheel of Time, Eye of the World.
Yeah. Other things from the notes that I'm just going to bring up. This is background information. The Dilgar War, according to JMS, he said Earth joined it in order to basically make a reputation for Earth as they were joining like the interstellar, world. Basically, there was a war and Earth was like, well, I guess we should be part of that so people know who we are. And then they joined and realized as they joined with the horrors that they were joining. They didn't, they were just joining the war to be a part of, as he said, make a rep.
It was going on at the time.
It was going on at the time. And then once they joined, they were like, holy fuck, this is really, really, really bad. And then he also says he said this at the time, so it's not a spoiler, the Dilgar are dead. Like the word he used, dead as doornails. So it's not like they're going to be, secret Dilgar popping up at some point. Like they're just dead as doornails. Yeah.
Just her.
Mm-hmm.
This is not strictly continuing in a straight line from that conversation, but I am really curious as to how Earth managed to crop up from the planet of just Earth and become one of the nations that is part of the Council. When I would be because it's 2258, right? So we haven't been spaceborne more than 200 years in this context.
Right.
And yet we got Kalika and all these other species who presumably have been around for a long ass time.
Yeah.
And this is how Earth made its reputation, was 30 years ago, and yet we already were able to build this station, and we're able to, Earth is able to build this station and have enough power to have a vote on the Security Council. That's impressive, and I feel like there's going to be something there, and I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah,
this is not a spoiler, but yes, JMS does say specifically here that joining of the Dilgar War was because Earth was baby in space. It was one of the it says, he said right after Earth's presence in space was established, they joined that war to sort of like figure out who they were and show people who they were. So that's only 30 years ago.
30 years ago,
basically,
and then
we're here too. Like that was the basically. But like again, I'll do the same. It's not a spoiler, but just think about what happened between then and now in the show.
Yeah. Well, the Minbari. I mean, and within 20 years, the Minbari go to war against Earth.
Yeah.
Yes, and technically, we won. Like,
yeah.
Oh, are the Minbari propping up Earth for? Okay. Is there some shit going on where like there's a Minbari matrix? Because the guy comes up to Jeff and he goes, "Maybe you're still inside." I'm like, is there something where like
Matrix,
the Minbari,
like the Matrix, the movie,
literally like the
Matrix,
Matrix, like they've got a bunch of humans in battery bays or. Okay, so the Minbari helped Earth out a lot. We know that from the pilot when she gives him the flash drive. But why? Because the Minbari don't seem to need that much help. They're doing fine. They're very well established. They're very powerful. It seems they're the second eldest spacefaring race after the Vorlons.
At least that we know of. Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting some pieces on the board here. I like arraying these things in front of me to look at them and see what.
Okay.
Because there's something there. Like I feel like knowing now what you're talking about with it's been 30 years since Earth has really been in space, being able to have built 5 Babble On stations since then.
Yeah.
Since I think the end of the war, it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay, so they built 5 of these in 10 years?
Yep.
No. What?
Well, I'd also like to point out that I feel like, and this is again me kind of stretching and you're right, Jenny. I mean, season 1 is like that's where all my holes are. I'm like, I definitely never saw this episode, but there is an aspect of, you know, you're like, how did Earth make its presence known, and how is Earth this quickly becoming, you know, so powerful? I think the allegory is Earth is like the United States.
Sure, yeah,
and you know, and like, you know, we became global superpower number 1 after a very short time in our history compared to every other established nation in the world. So I think there is a little bit of that allegory for sure, of like, you know, this is America also became very strong very quickly by jumping into a few wars and getting, you know, whatever. So I think that's a little of where he's going for, that Earth has that kind of same idea.
No, that makes a lot of sense. This is a very good point. I'm just also going to be a little suspicious of it. Just because we have such significant disparity in terms of the relative power of different. Vorlon's way up in the ceiling, and then all like 30 of the minor nations down in the basement. Just something I'm going to keep an eye on. But that's a really good point. The America metaphor makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't know.
No, I like that. I mean, that's probably a major part of it. Well, it's like stuff with sometimes I latch onto stuff when we read the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I spent like 5 chapters going, how on earth did the Capitol win this war? It doesn't make any sense if Coriolanus Snow is being shelled into the ground. And then spoiler, kind of not really. You never actually get an answer for that in the book. It's just like, yep, and then the Capitol won. Yeah. So
yeah. Come here. Sorry, I have a cat.
Cat? Kitty?
People will be quite happy about this.
Everyone, if you have the thing in a different tab in right now.
Yes.
Tab in. The cat's here.
Yeah, there we go.
And if you're listening, I'm sorry. You can't see.
Can you meow? Meow into the
microphone. You
microphone.
normally see your cat's face because he normally just climbs on your shoulder.
She climbs right up and shows her butt. That's what she likes to do. There she goes.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, sweetie.
Don't worry, I'll hold her tail down. Her name is Tati, but her original name was Tasha Yar.
Oh,
well, right. I did know this.
Yes, because she was part of the TNG litter. Actually, they were all TNGs, and you know, love me some Tasha Yar, but we just decided to kind of change it slightly
to Tati. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of the Minbari, Lanier did some stuff.
This is the only other episode he's in. Like he was in the episode where he was introduced, and then this episode. So
I couldn't even remember his name.
I know, it's wild.
No,
he cast the deciding vote to not condemn Space Hitler.
Hey, I want to say that was, I thought I love Bill Mummy and I love the original Lost in Space. So Bill Mummy can do no wrong if he's in 1 episode or if he's in 7 episodes. But I would like to say that I thought it was some actually really lovely, subtle acting.
Very good.
Oh, yes. I was like, oh, he is not happy about this vote, but he's not going to telegraph that he's not happy about the vote, but he's still going to telegraph just enough that we know he's not happy about the vote. It was really nice piece of acting. I was highly impressed.
And he's going to give a little something extra to Sinclair to say sorry. That was good. He's great. No, I see why you like him. I'm glad to see him
just
again.
From these 2 episodes. That's all we've ever seen, and we like him from these 2 episodes.
Yeah, of course.
Which you've totally seen before. Only the linear parts, though, Jen. Yeah. You haven't seen the rest of the episode. Just the linear.
I might have seen this episode because I love Lanier so much.
Lanier fan cams on TikTok.
That's right.
That's right. My gosh. Oh, if this show was around today, there totally would be linear fan cams on TikTok.
There would be linear fan cams on TikTok. Everybody would be happy. Why aren't there? If you're a TikTok creator, go make some Lanier fan cams. Don't tag me. I can't watch that shit. No. Jen can.
Yes.
I will watch it all day, every day.
See, other things to talk about in this episode. Let's see. We talked about any more thoughts on Jadwur and Natoth and all of that, the anti-agapic and blah, blah, blah.
Vorlons are immortal. Probably.
Like it,
That's news we didn't mention or touch on really. That's pretty neat. Jadoth Jaduri chicken strips. Jadur Deathwalker sucks. That's you get yeah. No, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say other than this episode is done every now and again in science fiction.
Yep.
Usually they don't end with and then the space gods came and blew her up.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that it ended with and then the space gods came and blew her up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I want to see Kosh go toe-to-toe against Jellyfish Sky Cthulhu. Maybe he is Jellyfish Sky Cthulhu.
Jellyfish Sky Cthulhu? Yeah, I see that. One of the things I thought was, I don't know, interesting or depressing, I guess, is the compromised ethics of pretty much everybody. Like, everybody, once they realized what was on the table, was like, okay, fine. Like, literally, even the ones who were like, okay, we'll kill her after, but we need that. Like,
it's really extra cool when you think about the fact that none of it mattered. Yep. So these people were compromising their morals and showing their asses, for lack of a better term, only for Kosh to come in and kick the table over.
Yep.
Be like, haha, you have your asses out.
Yep.
So,
and I'm still questioning. I mean, look, well, whatever. I mean, I have written screenplays about, finding the fountain of youth. Like, that's like, I get that is the ultimate MacGuffin in every thing. And maybe I've just read too much Tolkien where mortality is known as the gift of man, or the gift of Iluvatar. Like, I think that there's something about, I don't know, I think maybe my view of immortality is just really different, but I guess I'm not seeing, like, why is that the be all end all that everybody's literally willing to throw their war crime, holder accountable morals out the door just for this chance of creating, no, there'll be no more death and there'll be no more aging. And I'm like, what are you gonna do with like an overpopulated universe, people?
I mean, you're right, and I get it. I agree to an extent. I also think it's the kind of thing where, like, you're not gonna want to let it go, though.
Yeah.
And realistically, let's be completely honest, if Earth makes the immortality drug, they're going to parse it out to some very specific select people and not make it widely available.
Yeah.
It's going to be, the worst excesses of, for lack of a better concept, the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
And insulin costing $10 million. It's not going to the part of the reason I think why people want this to happen is because, yes, altruistic reasons, but I'm sure JMS was also aware and thinking of, like, it's a wonder drug. People want it to be made so they can control it. It's probably going to be part of it.
Yeah.
The idea that, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say something I actually never thought of until now, until this particular watching. I don't know why it clicked to me this time, but when she talked about how you have to take it from a living being, and you were talking about, could it be chickens? Yeah, I think the idea is it has to be taken from a sentient being.
I know, I'm being kidding.
But the thought that I had when until this episode was like, oh, so half of the universe would die, and then you'd be fine. But no, it would continue forever because when you have children, you want your children to be immortal, and it would just continue take somebody forever.
Else's children.
Yeah.
And then you're going to end up with an upper class that just literally lives off of the lower class.
Yeah.
Well, and then ultimately lives off of itself. I mean, it's got a half-life, doesn't it? Like, eventually you've got, so now we're down to just the elite, but there's 100,000 of them, and then there's 50,000. Exactly.
Yeah, this would go on until, like, there was nobody left. It would be,
really fucked up when you think about, like, if you game that out all the way to the end, that gets pretty bad.
Yeah.
The start's pretty bad. But,
but it gets worse. It's also, it's also not, this isn't like just a 90s. I mean, if you happen to watch the last season of Star Trek Discovery, spoilers, it is also, the entire season is about the creation of life. So rather than, like, immortality per se, it's about being able to create life.
And Discovery did not stick in my brain at all. Wow.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I loved many aspects of it, and then I didn't love many aspects of it. But
what I always said to Bodhi when I talked, I said, I want to love Discovery. That was the word I always used. I want to love it.
Yes, and there were aspects of it that were just, like, phenomenal. But I felt like the last season of, like, it was exactly that. It was the Da Vinci Code looking for, essentially the elixir of life, and in a way. And so, anyway, so I'm just, going back to me saying, like, I don't get it. Obviously, it's still a story point that is used consistently in all kinds of things. My cat's jumping.
Thank you for saying that. I was just laughing because it occurred to me. Video, everybody will understand. The audio podcast, you just made
no one will know why I said, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Everybody, ooh.
Ooh. Everybody, ooh.
I think it goes way back, too. I mean, that's Indiana Jones does that. It's not way back.
Yeah.
But, that's time immemorial.
It is.
Yeah.
Is
Literally.
The fountain of youth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that sound?
Yes.
Yes.
That's my cat. That was my cat trying to get. That's her cue. I want out of the bedroom. Like she goes to the door.
It was a machine gun.
I didn't think it was a machine gun.
It was really loud.
I was like, Jen, your neighborhood is pretty calm. What is that?
It's the doorstop. It's one of those springy doorstops.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I got worried for a second.
Hoping someone will open the door for her. I love that she thinks I'm going to come over there because I'm not.
Smart cat.
Yes.
Are there any more thoughts about Talia and Kosh and the hour of scampering, the hour of longing, and the vicar, and all of that?
Why are they? Okay, so telepaths are scared. Nope. Vorlons are wary of telepaths. I assume because they're full of secrets. Their cloaks are so big because they're full of secrets, and telepaths could get the secrets. And so he wants to be able to just put her into a state of panic if she ever tries to get his secrets, I think. I'm tying back now to Dr. Ben and Lita being absconded away from the station immediately. I know it was casting, but they justified it so well as being, oh, look, everybody who directly interacted with Kosh is gone.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, and then you get Chekhov, the Psychop, who will come back later and probably do some weird shit at Kosh. It's weird. Well, no, it's not. I was going to say it's weird that he chose to mess with Talia, but Talia is the telepath who is currently most likely to be a threat to him in any way. I understand in that context, if he has like the secrets of immortality in his mind, and he has all this other stuff that is like, should not proliferate, right? If he knows how to make brain nukes or whatever, and that is something he does not want to have proliferate out, it makes sense that he would want to have like a really good kill switch against the telepath.
Right.
It's screwed up that he approached it that way, but I understand why he did it.
Okay.
It's
I see where you're going.
Considering that the Vorlons appear to be so far advanced to everybody else that they simply get to do whatever they want, I understand why he wants to. I work in cybersecurity. He saw a backdoor and he decided to shut it.
Right. Okay.
When sense. I'm not acting, I work in cybersecurity because whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can totally see that. Any further thoughts? I'm trying to think if there's any other things I wanted to bring up before we kick you out.
I have one more Zoccola thought that I can bring up really quick. That I don't have to save for Great Council. I have several Great Council thoughts. So what?
Oh, no.
What?
Great Council thoughts?
Not really.
No way. I'm going to keep a timer every time you guys go. I check my phone, and then the second you type in, I go, okay, I was 15, 20 minutes. How much did we talk about?
I just like to troll you now at this point. But here's my Zoccola thought.
One we only had like a very short one.
5 minute,
what?
Yeah. It was a big episode. It was. I think it was the Spacism episode. And I was like, how are you 5 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah.
That sucks, doesn't it? Well, this episode had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing.
Gus is such an idiot.
Linear. It's all
linear. That's all we do.
So we just say linear for like 5 minutes after we get into the Great Council.
The linear-isode.
Yes.
Sorry, I just thought it was interesting. No. His name is Abbott, and I was like, it's funny because we had the words up, so I read it first, and I heard Aboot in my head or something, and then it was Abbott was the way it was pronounced. And then later when he was like, he's a vicar.
Yeah.
I was like, a vicar and an abbot. Like, what is the what is the religious thing around this guy and around this story? And like,
never
just using
that.
those names.
That's cute.
I like that. I mean, vicar was spelled differently, spelled with a K.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but it's
so
bigger.
was Abbott, though. Yeah.
I'm just having fun. You know, like the first 5 or 6 episodes were good. But now I feel like we're really kind of in the swing. I imagine there's going to be more one-offs this season because he's still getting his feet underneath him and because the network is the network. But like I feel like we're kind of off to the races a little bit. Now things are really flowing more and better. And this is great. This is just so great. I wish Allie were here. I am so bummed that she's had to miss, and I think she's going to miss next week's as well.
Oh no! I really want her here for the next episode. Damn it!
We could try, but
we could switch days or see if we can figure out a different day for it.
We can look into it, but I know that we're going to try to do a day where we do a bunch of episodes. She will be here for that.
Okay,
great.
But there will be. It's basically four weeks in a row where she's pretty much unavailable weekdays, which is when we can really record.
Yeah.
But I wish she were here. I wish she were here for this. I'm excited to watch these with her. So get her thoughts. Maybe she'll take notes.
And I was going to say,
that would be great if she took notes. Yeah.
Yes, but you on a rewatch makes me nervous. Like
me
you
on
rewatching them, because then you're going to be like, "Oh, I didn't think about this thing before."
I know he does do rewatches. Yeah,
I know.
Look, you get to watch all 5 seasons in 2 months. You get to do whatever you want. I'm over here with crumbs. I have the Jeff-isode, and I have the Kosh-isode, and I have Cockroach Vader with an arm cannon, and that's it. So you do not deny me my crumbs.
You can have all of your crumbs.
Thank you. Yes. I'll take my crumbs, and I'll be happy with them.
I was going to say, you will own nothing, and you will be happy.
Yes.
But with that, get out of here.
I'm out. Thank you.
Later.
Great night.
My friends! You have reached the most dangerous part of our journey, the Grey Council. Here we speak of things that must not be spoken. Secrets, betrayals, spoilers. If you are not ready, turn back now. But if you dare to proceed, I promise you it will be magnificent. Oh, Mr. Garibaldi!
I actually started taking notes. Could you hear me typing?
I could hear you typing.
Yes, I was thinking,
and I don't know if you could hear me chicken scratching because I'm taking notes by hand. I take notes by hand instead of typing.
Yes. I don't normally take notes, so I didn't have anything to take notes on, so I just opened up a Word document.
Excellent.
I would like to hear your notes and your Grey Council thoughts.
Well, here's one of my big Grey Council thoughts, which is like, before we started this, I did a review of the show just because it had been a long time. And I was like, I know what's going to happen, but I also don't have those things at my fingertips. And I did sort of a generic one. And then I decided to not go too deep because I was like, I want some things to be new surprises for me. And to experience it. So I started to back off a little bit, but now I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to redo my homework again because this was an episode I never did see. And there's so much in it that I know is setting things up, but then I'm not sure if I'm remembering wrong what it's setting up. So I'm going to do a little more about I've been and you've been sending me these great recaps and JMS's notes about things. So I have been reading the just a little bit about each episode, but even that doesn't necessarily tell me all the payoff things. So I'm going to do a little more deep diving. So I just have some things at my fingertips. And also it's funny because
I don't know if can you see the Discord alerts coming up?
No.
Gus is sending messages like, I've started the clock. I am reading into everything.
I love it. Love it. Oh my God. I just want to keep trolling him and be like, what? We were there for 45 minutes. Nothing to say. But so I'm also I'm a little conflicted because some of it is fun and new for me. I'm doing my normal thing, which is to make some guesses and suggestions. And sometimes I start to say something and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm saying something that's actually really important. And I know that it's important and I should just shut up. So I feel like I need to actually do some of my future homework a little bit better so that I don't actually reveal something inadvertently when I'm like, this sort of feels like maybe they're setting up. Oh, wait a minute. They are.
Yeah. There's one thing I think that I don't know if you forgot or whatnot, but I wanted to bring up because it's actually very, very relevant to this episode. The whole thing with Talia, and getting her reflections is, I think, I'm pretty sure on this, just because it makes sense with story, was Kosh getting a backup of her personality because she is a sleeper agent and she doesn't know that she's a sleeper agent. So he was getting a backup of this personality to restore that when she was, whatever, it's in season 3, I think, when that episode happened. What's it called? Divided Loyalties. The episode where she is revealed to be a sleeper agent. So I think that was what that plan was. And I don't know if you remember in our very pilot episode, I talked about how Talia's story was supposed to be Takashima's story. I don't know if it was supposed to be the romance, but definitely this was supposed to be Takashima's story.
The sleeper agent aspect of it. Yeah.
That was supposed to be that one. So it never ends up going anywhere because I think the actress didn't want to return after she left, so they ended up.
And then when they brought Lita back, and then and that was the thing I was trying to remember as well, because I was like, there's more to this. I mean, what I wanted to say and then didn't say was like, it is a little more benevolent than Gus was making it out to be, but I was like, I know that. And I was like, I do know that, even if I don't remember the specifics. So I decided not to say that. That's why I was just nodding when he was like making his predictions about.
Because it is really sketchy. Well, like, it makes her relive a trauma and whatnot. But I think it was just to get at, like, that was an easy door in to get to this part of her personality that is, Because my guess is the plan, because she has like basically an evil personality that's hiding underneath this personality that's on top. And I guess that was the plan, was to restore this personality that's on top when she came back. So
yes. And I think, and I even felt like the way that I was reading it this time without remembering the specifics was that he's training isn't the right word, but he's giving her some tools and that she'll need to be able to fight that later. That was sort of the way I was like,
he's like a song that could be that.
Yeah. That he's like, you've got to figure out, you've got to look at the bigger picture, not at the little things, because you're going to need to pull yourself out of this thing later. Was the way I was seeing it. Also, here's what's funny. This is completely irrelevant, but since we're talking about Lita and Talia right now, I know I'm confused. I'm trying to remember if I'm remembering this wrong. Okay, so I remember when I first watched the show, I thought that Lita had large contacts in to show that she was not empath, in the psych ward. Or telepath, right? And so I remember, and then I was like, they did the same thing with the new telepath that comes in, and then like Talia got here, and I just was been like, but no, she's not wearing large contacts, and neither is Lita. She just has really large pupils.
She does.
I mean, really large irises. Yeah.
Yes, but she also does wear contacts at some point, like that. Yes. But they're black contacts, like completely.
But she does, right?
Yes.
But she wore them in the pilot. Didn't she wear them in the pilot for like 1 second when she like went into some trancy thing, or when she was trying to like, maybe when she was reading Kosh? I don't know. I feel like she did. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No, I don't know if that happened in the pilot, but I know it happens later because it's a whole thing with the shadows.
Yeah. But Talia hasn't done that, right?
No. Talia, I don't think she ever encounters the shadows.
But it was because of the shadow thing. Okay, so that is what I'm remembering. And I think it's because that was when I started watching. That's like, I think it's in season 3.
Yeah, maybe. Well, season 2 and 3 is when the shadows. Season 3 is definitely when the shadows. Yeah,
and I feel like that was, but I feel like I remembered that so much with Lita. And then I was, so I've just been waiting for giant black contacts, not remembering. I just thought it was a telepath thing.
No.
See these holes in my memory.
Yeah, you have a hole in your mind.
I have a hole in my mind. I do. I am Jeff. Yes. And I have a hole in my mind.
Indeed. Babble On 5 shaped hole.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Okay, one of the notes I have here, moving on from, although no, I have more Talia thoughts. So I'm going to go back to Talia here. So Talia was given that gift by Jason Ironheart. This doesn't specifically have to do with this episode, but this is something that came up in a previous episode that I didn't mention at that time. Was that gift was supposed to be, I think, what ends up happening with Lita, where Lita gets like basically altered by the Vorlons, and so she has like crazy telepathic powers that's beyond anybody else. The gift from Jason, I think, was supposed to be that for Talia. If she had come back, that would have been what gave her her special telepath powers. But she never comes back. So
because Lita got that gift from when she saw Kosh in the pilot.
No, not from when she saw.
It's later.
She goes to the Vorlon homeworld, and they do more pushing on her, which was interesting. Like they say here, Jeff says Vorlons are wary of telepaths. I find that very interesting that is the perception that Jeff has, because the Vorlons made the telepaths.
Right.
And they made them, probably not on every world, but they made the telepaths on most worlds. So, I mean, I guess there could be a sense of them being wary. But the way I'm reading it is that what they're seeing is that Vorlons are constantly observing and watching the telepaths.
Yes.
And they think that that's wariness, but instead it's like we're just making sure.
Yeah. And also, I mean, like I said, like training wasn't the right word, but that I felt like he was giving her tools to use her power in a way that she wasn't using it.
Right.
Like, and he was dropping knowledge like a guru, like a, or like a karate master. Like he was, he had an ass. It was very much a let like let it flow through you, like surrender to the river.
Wax off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, surrender to the river.
But it definitely had a very much of a mystic and a guide kind of sentiment to it, which is very much how I felt it. Even though he put her through that trauma, I did feel like he was teaching her how to use her powers better. Which goes in line with that idea. And I thought it was interesting that Jeff was like, they're really wary, because I was like, I don't necessarily see it that way either.
No,
I don't think Kosh is afraid of anything.
No, not really. And I do think it is just that maybe they're paying so much attention to the telepaths because they are their specific creation. So maybe other people are looking at that going, they make you nervous. Like that's might be what they're seeing. The other thing, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it is interesting though that the original idea may have been that the gift was from Jason Ironheart, not from
the Vorlons. Yeah. That I don't know for sure, but that makes sense because that gift never it never
pays off.
It does a little bit. There's a scene with the Psi Corps later where they have extra power, but and they have extra power because Talia's there. But that's it. And I feel like it would have been so much bigger. Because that gift it feels like a big deal, and then she moves a penny once, and then she's like really strong once, and then that's it. So the other comment Gus made, Chekhov doing weird shit at Kosh, I believe is what he said, because that's what I wrote. I don't remember if Chekhov ever interacts with Kosh or the Vorlons ever. I don't think that ever happens.
Oh, interesting. I don't. Yeah, and I don't know.
It's not Chekhov. It's Bester. But yes.
Right. But we're going to call him Chekhov all the way through because Gus is here, and that's who he's going to
be. Yes, exactly. Gus, who doesn't know Shira, Princess of Power. Anyway.
I don't even know what to do with that piece of information.
I
don't even know.
I don't know either. But sorry, because I know you've only read that one section of JMS's autobiography. But he is the creator of Shira.
Well, and I remembered him saying something about that. Yeah, like that they built all the characters that were there, and and they would have it would have been uncredited because she was technically because was he writing for He-Man when he created her character?
I don't know if he was writing for He-Man. I know he really liked He-Man. He thought it had great world building. Which I don't remember at all because I was a baby. So He-Man was he makes a sword in the sky. I didn't pay attention to the world building at all because I was a child. Yeah, sorry. He-Man was based on the Masters of the Universe toy line.
It was made up for toys. It was straight up, like everything was at that time, Transformers and all of it. It was like, how do we sell more toys, make a cartoon for it? And then they won't call it a commercial. Yeah. Exactly.
Shira was a collaboration between Filmation and Mattel. So that was what happened. And
Filmation was the company that was doing He-Man as well, but they were Filmation. So when you say created, because I know that the people of Filmation are like, we created Shira, and so but
it's the uncredited writers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So. The other note, and I only have 3 notes here, but the other note I have here is you were talking about immortality not necessarily being the gift, that people think it is. And I would say I think JMS agrees with you on that because of what happens in the end of season 3, season 4, when Sheridan dies and he meets Lorian. There's a line Lorian says to him that for some reason I think I'm remembering it almost word for word. But the line is, only those whose lives are short are able to believe that love is eternal. And it's a beautiful line that I think, it's, immortality is something that I think the idea, and that we do see in the show because the Vorlons become very cold, is that immortality basically makes you less than, like, emotionally. You become very detached. And So.
Yeah, you're right. And it's definitely a theme that he is using throughout the series, so again, like, it's not surprising that that's introduced here in terms of what that means. And honestly, like, I was shocked, but also thrilled when I was like, somebody's going to come through. And I was expecting her to die before she got off the ship or on the way to Earth. But I loved that it was Kosh. Well, I love that it was the Vorlons. And I love that Kosh was just as simple as, like, you're not ready for immortality. It was just such a great line, and such a, again, like, and I know I was bagging on the other line about, the God thing.
God and con man,
Yeah, and just like how that was too clever for me. And I like to think of myself as a clever writer and a clever person. So if it was too clever for me, maybe it was too clever for everybody. But I think that line, you're not ready for immortality, was just phenomenal and tight and clean and really great. And really great. And not have to explain any more than that.
No.
And we talked about the different styles of acting in the 90s, but there's a different style of writing too, which is like, explain everything that you're saying and don't leave things to the audience to figure out. And JMS, I think, is pushing those boundaries. And that is what has warred with me with some of his stuff is, that sometimes he's doing what you had to do at the time, which is say it all out.
Explain everything.
Explain everything. And other times he just trusts that we'll figure it out. So, yeah.
This isn't necessarily a Grey Council thought, but it just makes me laugh sometimes thinking about this. The Vorlons just let all of the younger species fight it out. They could have solved the problem at the beginning, but they're just like, we'll deal with it. Like, it doesn't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter how much they're infighting. I don't care anything about that. It's just the second I have, like, it's the easiest shot. The second it's the most efficient, we'll take them out. And it doesn't matter what chaos has ensued until then, because we come in at the end and fix it. And it's just, because it is true. Like, the way Gus worded it, like, literally nothing that happens in this episode with the A plot, none of it matters. At all.
I know. Yeah. It's really cool though. It's really great.
Okay. So Talia, you see her wearing her gloves in this one. According to, I think, JMS's notes, the gloves are to prevent accidental scans.
Correct.
So, in case you make physical contact by accident. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's wearing the gloves, when Vicar Guy touches her. But then she does have a reaction when he takes her hand. And I thought that was interesting too, because I was like, wait, you're wearing your gloves. That means that, like, and my understanding, I think, if I'm going back, is that she can read somebody, but if she wants a really deep scan, if she wants more than just surface thoughts, then she takes the gloves off. So I was like, if you're trying to read this guy, why aren't you taking your gloves off? First of all, I wondered that. But then she had them on, and the fact that he was still able to somehow affect her or cause these memories to come back, even with the gloves on, I thought was just interesting. I'm not, it's neither here nor there. It's just like, I noted it too. Yeah,
there was that. And then with the Minbari, that was something I definitely wanted to bring up. I think this is the first time we hear the term caste. The Minbari have 3 castes. They have the warrior caste, the religious caste, and the worker caste. And I will say, I think later on in season 1, there is a mention of like this specific caste, but they specifically say, like, it must be a retcon thing. They say we have 2 castes, the religious and the warrior. And then later on, they mention, like, in a further season, they mention the worker caste, and that becomes a whole thing at the end, where the worker caste in the Minbari storyline, they end up basically being elevated, because right now they are equals. I am currently, for the very first time, reading one of the Babylon 5 novels.
Cool.
To Dream in a City of Sorrows, which is I'm really enjoying it, like, way more than I thought I would. Like, it's really good. It's actually written by somebody who wrote an episode of the show. that I think comes up this season, by any means necessary. So anyway, it's a really good. I think it's the only one that is officially considered canon. Like, cool. There's an intro by JMS where it's about Sinclair and basically what happens between season 1 and season 3. Like, it's, wow. Yeah. What was happening with Sinclair and Catherine. But there's a lot of discussion there about the worker cast and how they, until Sinclair / Valen, they were basically enslaved by the other two casts. Mm-hmm. So I think the way you can retcon them being forgotten in this first season is that the other two casts basically don't even see the warrior or the worker cast.
Right. They don't consider them. Yeah.
Even though they are part of the Grey Council now, but they are only part of the Grey Council because Valen / Sinclair made them be. So, yeah. I'm sorry. This has not much to do with this episode, but I'm currently reading the book, and it's really good. I'm really
but it is though, because it is the first time we've heard about the cast, and we've heard about the most militant cast and whatever, and like talking specifically about the warrior cast. Yeah, I think it's really it's relevant. It's relevant. Yes. It counts. Yeah.
As far as world building, there's the cast. So there's 3 major casts, and then within each cast there are clans. So the Wind Swords are a specific clan within the warrior cast. And so, they would, I guess, be the most militant clan in the warrior cast, I guess is how I would word that.
Wind Swords. Did I have something else about Wind Swords? No, I didn't yet. No? Other than she were Princess of Power.
Yes.
I do think, though, that we make it now a habit is when we finish Grey Council to just go to our own private Discord and not go back to the group Discord to just make us, sit in it.
Yes, I think so, too.
Although really
he will eventually see it when he sees the timestamps on the video and whatnot. He'll do the math. But for the week in between, we don't go in there. Or you type something in there now and then keep talking.
Oh my God. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that was great, Jenny. Ha ha ha. I'm going to totally write that in right there.
Yes. Lanier being in this episode, we're getting to know him a bit more now. I don't know. I'm trying to think when else he comes up, but he does become a major character Lanier. So
I mean, and he's being slowly introduced, and it's funny because it became such a big deal. But I was like, I don't think Gus has the context of Lost in Space, the Danger Will Robinson Lost in Space, which I loved. I'm way too old. I mean, I'm way too young to I wasn't watching that in real time, but I have gone back and rewatched it over the years too, and I just love that old series, and it's so silly. And so, to me, the Bill Mummy of it all was why I loved. I remember when I was watching Babble On 5, I was just so excited because Bill Mummy was in it, and then so that's why I was excited. I was like, of course, if you're going to put Bill Mummy in a show like this, of course he's going to have something to do. And I just assumed that Gus would be there, but he wasn't. And so then I'm
not even a little bit.
No, now I just spoiled it.
It's fine. I do love the way he acts. He has a certain, I don't know what word I want to use. He's Michael O'Hare, the actor who plays Sinclair. He has this gravitas. Every word he speaks feels like it's coming. It feels like he's quoting things, even when he's not. He feels like they're verses or something that he's quoting. There's something in the way that he speaks. Lanier has something akin to that, but not with the gravitas. It's with a sincerity. It's so earnest and pure. Yeah. And
so I want to go back and because I'll have to go look this up. I'm curious as to what Michael O'Hare's training is, but here's part of my theory and my thought about it. Michael O'Hare sometimes it feels like he's Shakespearean trained or he's theater trained. And Bill Mummy is TV trained. He was a kid when he was on a TV show.
Right.
And while we've talked about the styles of acting changing, part of why the styles of acting are changing is that you do have this time of when in the 90s still your older actors, many of them were theater trained first. And and then came to TV. And by today's standards, you have people who start in TV, even if they do theater. I'm not suggesting that you can't do theater and still be a very naturalistic TV actor, but they both came from grew up playing in TV or working in TV, learned TV first. They were screen actors before they were stage actors.
Right.
And I think that does give a different level of especially even with HD and like you're so close and you can just literally like raise an eyebrow and someone's going to get your meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really
makes a difference.
It is different. Yeah.
I remember seeing an interview with Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9 from Voyager, where she talked about that. Like one of her first, if not her first TV role was on Who's the Boss. And she's like, I don't know why nobody told me that the mics could hear me. Because she was like so loud. She was a theater actor. So it's like every scene, every line that she's saying, she's speaking and enunciating really, really clearly and making sure that they can be heard in the back of the room. She's like, when I watched it, like, why did nobody tell me?
Oh my God, that's so great. I'm literally looking to see if I have a 7 of 9 figure here. I do not have one in front of me. Where is my 7 of 9? Where did she go? My Janeway's not here either. I know.
It's terrible.
I have every, not every anymore because you can't luckily anymore, but there was a time when I was collecting every female action figure because you could, because there were so few.
Because there were so few.
Yeah.
Got to get yourself an Ivanova somewhere in there. There's no Takashima, I will say, but yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know that I have any more thoughts.
Okay. I don't think I have anything more for this week, but I am going to, I'm saying that I'm going to do this next week. So when we get to Great Council next week, you can call me on it, but I am, I'm supposed to do a little homework between now and next week.
Okay. I do hope that we can have Allie in on that because the next week's episode, if I'm correct, is Believers, which is, let me just double check. Yeah.
I had the list up too.
Oh, yes, it is. Which is such I won't spoil it for you. It's a very thought-provoking episode that the spoiler I will give is I'm pretty sure this was JMS's This Is Not Star Trek episode.
Yes.
So
yeah.
So with that.
And then By Any Means Necessary, which you just mentioned, is 2 after that. It's a couple of weeks.
Yes. But yeah. So anyway, with that, we will end this here. If you want to watch our reaction, that is linked below. Sorry. Still have a bit of post-COVID con crud, whatever you want to call it, going on there. And let's see, if you want to watch the unedited version, you can check out our Patreon, also linked below. I think that's all I got to mention. So there you go. I did an outro, and I think I didn't fuck it up too badly. Join us next week for Believers when I hope. But, I'm glad Allie's career. I'm glad that there's something exciting happening there. So, yay.
Yes.
But hopefully. And, we'll see you next time.
And we will babble on.
Yes.